Here's a clear view of the broken bracket. Here's a photo of the new link bracket, the new part number. Notice that they now have a CA01A, which is newer than the OOA. And I believe this is the area that it was breaking, and now you can see it's heavily gusseted with two gussets on it to beef it up. I am documenting how to repair the Murano seat. The seat removal is very easy. It's documented in the tech service bulletin and then also in the internet and YouTube. And here's a picture of the broken bracket. You can see that it was a bent piece of metal with a cutout in the center, and that didn't leave much material, and it has busted. The new part fills this in and also provides a couple of gussets on the other side. So the tech service bulletin talked about removing all these knobs and undoing this, but I was able to just snap the front of the plastic loose. And then if you can see in here, there's a metal piece here, like a tang, and then there's a mating slot here. So you just push down on the plastic and it releases. Next, I'll just take the clips loose and save that disassembly. Okay, I have the connectors loose. Now I'm removing this other side shield with a screw here and a Phillips here. Once that's off, I'll be able to get this wire clip loose from the back side. Okay, now we're going to remove the right hand plastic with a Phillips right here. Okay, now we're removing the back of the seat. This is not particularly fun. You just have to pry in here, and there's a plastic disc and a mating slot on this side. The same over here. And you just gotta reach in here and you just gotta pry it apart. Then you lift up and it should come out. So here's a view of the back. You can see these two hooks. The hook here, and these are the little slots that these discs pop into. Okay, I've removed these two connectors per the tech service bulletin. Now we remove the yellow connector. You reach underneath the bracket with a long nose plier, and you squeeze that connector to pull it loose. On the next connector, you reach under the same way and you squeeze that retainer to pull it loose from the hole. And this can be pulled up, bent up, to release it from its metal bracket. Okay, this one was hard to get off for me, and there was a little tab right there in the slot that was fitting in the hole of that, and I just was not getting it loose, but I finally forced it and got it. We're going to disconnect the connectors from this bracket here, here, and here. And now we're going to remove this connector and this connector from the motors. Okay, now we're going to remove the seat belt buckle with this bolt, remove the clips for the wire, and disconnect this connector. Remove this clip. This is to the short wire, or the small wire that goes and under the seat cushion into the back. Okay. Now we're going to remove the clips for this airbag harness. There's two of them, one here, and a bent needle nose pliers really works well to reach in there and get the back side. Okay, now we're going to remove these two clips that fasten the seat cushion down, and then we're going to remove the bolts that hold the seat back to the frame. Okay, now we have the seat back totally loose. You'll see there are some wires that still keep the back attached. Okay, now we're going to remove the seat cushion by just unhooking it from the metal frame. Here, across the bottom, and then there should be one in the back somewhere, I think. Okay, we've got the clips loose and the cushion just lifts right off. And watch out for the metal frame, it's really sharp. They did not deburr the edges, easy to cut yourself. So now we'll catch how to get the seat back loose. You can see that the harnesses are just routed through the springs. Then they're loose. So we should be able to feed them through and disconnect the other one. This one is loose. On the seat back, there was a very small wire with a small connector that when you lift up the cushion, and they're like the lower right corner of it, you can see the mating connector. Once you take that loose, the whole seat back comes off and all the harness with it. Also, the seat cushion has one of these plastic clips that attaches to a metal frame on the back. So now I have the seat cushion completely removed. Using the 4 screws to allow the seat pan to be removed. I noticed it's a little spring loaded, I think. Here's a clear view of the broken bracket. The bolts to be removed: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I've removed this bolt, working on this one and this bolt. Okay, I've removed these 2 nuts. I'll take this bracket off. I removed these 2. This side is already removed. And it is removed. Okay, the new bracket is installed. Tightened up the bolts with a torque wrench. I pre-fitted in the back in the car per the tech service bulletin to make sure that the floor bolts are still in alignment, and this is loose, which is good, indicates it's in pretty good alignment. Okay, now we're ready to clip the seat back harnesses back to the pan. So you can see this clip. The big cable goes here, the smaller one goes to this edge. It's just right rear edge of the seat. And we poke the cables down through the springs in the center section. Okay, we've turned the seat back over, and here's the big harness that comes up through the frame, goes to the 2 motors. Then it connects to this device, and then this connector goes back on the post that we had removed it from. The yellow one, which I think is the airbag, comes underneath. It clips to the frame in 2 places. You route it up, it goes on this little tab right here. Putting the seat cover or seat cushion on and the seat back in place. We've torqued these up to 32 foot-pounds. And on this side, I have the wires just right here, I think is correct.